Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another episode of Playing World of Tanks. I'm AJ, and today we'll be looking at a game that I had in my T54. Now, I love playing the T54, though I think playing this tank well still requires some effort. Even though it gets the tag of being overpowered, it's not necessarily unkillable. You just have to know what to do in this tank at appropriate moments. The one thing that I do highly recommend is that if you are any tank that you're facing T54, if you have less than 200 millimeters of penetration on your gun, I would highly suggest you load APCR because its frontal armor is effectively 200 millimeters, and tanks like the IS and the KB3 and a lot of even tier 8 medium tanks will actually struggle to pen this tank frontally. Now, Windstorm is kind of an interesting map, and I still don't know how to play this map effectively. It kind of depends every time. Generally, if I have good hull armor, I'll try to go north in a fast tank. Journey 113 is a good example for that. Now over here, I decide to try to save my little scout buddy here, but unfortunately for me, I did not see the rocks that were on the other side of this bush, and consequently he pays for it with his life. I thought maybe I could get some damage done anyways by like putting a couple of shots into the scouts as they retreat, but I was not so successful in that. The M41 comes out, tries to take a shot at me, but all he manages to do is actually bounce his shot. Now I don't want to go around the corner because I did spot the T30 moving up, so I might need 750 health. And I just decided this is a good time as I need to kind of like retreat and get into a more solid spot. Now on the map, if you look, there's a Comet, there's a Lurway, there's an IS-8 that all are moving into position. So at this point I'm not needed here. I'd just be overkill trying to get their T30. And I look into the city and I see there's two tier 9s versus a tier 8 premium tank and SU-12254, which really doesn't have any armor. So I was anticipating that both of them will be taken out rather quickly, so I start moving in that direction, hoping to provide them with some sort of cover fire. Before I could get there, the SU gets taken out and the T54 E1 starts retreating. I know he has fired, so I put a shot, managed to track him. At this point, I just ignore the IS-8 in front of me. I fire a shot quickly in his side, and I want to take out this E1 before he actually reloads. The E1, I don't know what he was doing. I think he knew he was dead. He was trying to be slightly more aggressive, but it doesn't really pay for him. I put a shot in the T25-2 and angle my armor. The IS-8 rushes his shot and managed to just track me. Now, I know there's a T26-E4 on the other side. I put another shot into the IS-8. This time he actually takes his time, actually managed to pen me. I know he has a 10-second reload, so I can take my time trying to do damage to him. I start to side scrape as I have already tracked him, and I managed to just put more shots into his tracks right there. Both the IS-8 and the T25-2 only managed to track me and do no more damage than that. One more shot and I take out the T25-2. As I'm going around to take maybe another shot at the IS-8, the Lurway comes around and takes him out. I could have taken him out, but like losing another 440 health at that point was not an appealing prospect. So I just was hoping that one of the two tanks who were behind the IS-8 would actually manage to take him out. So that is all she wrote for those two tanks. Now I'm rushing back to cap because I see there's two scouts in our base, and I don't want to be capped out at this point. So my job at this point that I thought was to take out the two scouts and hopefully repel any aggression that's going to happen over here. The M53 reverses into the line of sight of the 112 and gets taken out. The 249 just fired. I know that he's a very long reload. I can at least put 3 shots pretty easily for the one shot he's going to put into me. And he managed to run off. I see the 112 coming in my direction. I know he's fired, but I know that if I go over the top to take a shot at him, I might not have enough time to reverse, so I'm just gonna stay in a spot in which I know I have the advantage. and you know, put one shot into him and let the T95 deal with him. Now over here, you know, I managed to bait the shot from their T49, and you know, at this point I rushed my shot, but you know, he reverses just in time. I was gonna start taking out the LTTB, but I did not think that the T49 would stick around in the open like that, and he pays for it with his life as well. Now as the LTTB retreats, I managed to track him and do damage at the same time. And at this point I was hoping for another tracking shot, and that would have made this game relatively quickly, but you know, unfortunately for me, I don't manage to track him again. And even though I managed to hit the LTTB with this shot, he, you know, just shrugs it off and starts running back to his cap. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. I used this replay as an example. I thought it was a really good showcase of how to use the T54's armor effectively, even though I did not manage to get that much damage in it. I have had better damaging games than this. Excuse me, but this was a very good example of, you know, what is a good time to relocate, how to use your armor when you're confronted against enemy tanks, against superior numbers, and how effective is the T54 in many situations. I do not like finding premium out of this tank, just because the tank itself is very good and it's you know, to begin with. To find premium out of it just makes it that much overpowered. But you know, if you know, feel like doing that, that's entirely your choice. So hopefully you enjoy these videos and other videos that I have posted on my channel. Feel free to like and subscribe, and I will see you on the next episode of Playing World of Tanks.